Hello everybody, Harry here. So today we're going to talk about something that's pretty cool, but also very sad. So this is a Bandai issue, but it is a Bandai USA issue. This property was set up in every way to succeed, was very successful, but Bandai USA dropped the ball so badly it crashed the entire franchise. Is the best way I can explain it. So today we're going to be talking about the franchise Dot Hack. So, if anyone wants to know, Dot Hack was a multi-prong media blitz that Bandai did to win over the American market in the 2000s. Now, the way this happened was that you had the video game, which came out. This also included a anime that came with it. So, every video game came with the actual game. It also came with one of the anime OVAs. So an OVA is an original video animation. It is a mini movie. It's pretty much what it is. And OVAs are, in this case, was an advertisement for the franchise. So all this stuff was tied together. So you also had other things that they did, like you had books that they made that actually correlated with parts of the story. You also have more books, because why not? And you also had things like mangas. And the Dot Hack situation kind of happened in waves. Oh, one more thing. Another tie-in anime. Dot Hack sign. So the way they did it was that Dot Hack came out with the video game, the OVA, the anime, books, mangas, another random stuff like card games. We also had toys, all of it. It was a massive blitz. And this franchise was phenomenal. It was a great series. It was really set up for success. But Bandai USA dropped the ball massively. Now, the first thing that they did that really worked out in their favor was they struck a deal with Time Warner, and they had Dot Hack's sign put on Adult Swim. So this show was airing alongside shows like Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, Gundam Wing. So it was with that time frame. So Dot Hack sign was very popular. A lot of people liked it. And then the video game was also extremely popular. This had tons of copies. But this is where Bandai USA dropped the ball. So first thing they started doing was they struck a deal with Tokyo Pop to release all their mangas in the USA. And as you see, Tokyo Pop is on all of them. And they released the original Dot Hack sign. Okay, Dot Hack sign was, I think, 26 episodes, and it aired pretty much prominently Monday through Friday alongside shows like Cowboy Bebop and all that. And then after Dot Hack sign, had a second show, which was Dot Hack Twilight. And that's what Legend of the Twilight, that's what this is based off of. So you'll notice that this, which you see the character in red and the girl with the pink hair, is modeled off of this, which are the main characters from the Dot Hack video games. So it's all tied together, right? So Bandai USA did the most intriguing thing that I thought was possible. So first thing they did was they took the books, which were easy to print because, it's just, wording. They made a bunch of the books. Okay? They made a bunch of the books. And then they made the manga, which is actual drawings and harder to print, fewer copies. Okay? So a ton of books, fewer manga, because that's going to win over kids right off the bat. And then you had the video games. So the video game is split into 4 games. Okay, Dot Hack 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you had Infection, you had Mutation, you had Quarantine, and then, no, you had Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, then Quarantine. So they made a ton of the first game. a lot of the first game. And then the second game, they did half those numbers. They made half the numbers of the first game. Still popular, though. The game's still popular. The third game, they made half of the second game. Yeah, they made half of the second game. And then the fourth game, they made half of the third game. So they made so few copies of the ending of this series that it is in the top 10 rarest PS2 games of all time. So Bandai botched that completely. Bandai USA 100% botched it. So they made the mangas rare, they made the books common, they made the video games super rare. They did the show right, but then the DVDs they barely made. They made them in very limited numbers. So now the DVDs are rare. But it's okay. It's okay. Bandai USA, being the complete geniuses they are, they realized the infinite wisdom of their mistake. And they're like, you know what? We're going to correct this. We're going to correct it. So they started making more toys. I'm just kidding. They made very few toys. So what happened next was Bandai Japan, which is doing great with the series, came out with another one. Dot Hack GU. GU, which is a separate tale, does play off of the original tale. So if you play the original tales, you get a phenomenal experience playing this game. Phenomenal. You can see the main character from the first game is right there. He's the villain. He's the villain in this. And it all plays together. So Japan's doing really good with this, okay? USA, still ruining it. Bandai USA is doing a horrible job. So they bring over the new game, and the new game is split into 3 games this time. The exact same scenario happened. They made a bunch of the first game, they made half the second game, and they made a third. They made the other in a half again. And this time, they did enough numbers to where it didn't accidentally become the rarest video game of all time. So they did that at least. But they did the same strategy. So they brought over mangas. They brought over books. And of course, they also did your anime tie-in and all of that. Well, this time, they struck a deal and they got it back on American TV, but Bandai USA didn't exactly advertise or do anything like that. Well, over time, Bandai USA dropped the ball, botched it completely, and the franchise never really caught on here because of their infinite stupidity. And of course, the franchise blew up in the East. And eventually, they re-released Dot Hack GU on PlayStation 4 as a complete collection, and they added a new series, a new ending, which is great because people loved this. And it was phenomenal. And it just shows you how popular it was in other parts of the world. And it crashed so well in the USA because of sales and bad marketing, mostly bad marketing, that they ended up just cutting it completely here. In Japan, it pretty much it rose, it burned, and it fanned out. And they eventually took the core ideas and they revamped it and made a whole new series called Sword Art Online. So if you know that series, it is because of Dot Hack. Dot Hack came from that ember, that fire. Like it all rose up from that experience. And they did the exact same thing with that, except Bandai Japan took over the USA Wing's marketing. And Sword Art Online blew up. Became extremely popular for a long time. All because of Dot Hack. And Bandai USA just failed in every capacity. And of course, typical Bandai, this is not on any collections. You actually have to buy the PlayStation 2 games if you want to experience the true marvel of the original Dot Hack series. So Dot Hack actually is what made Sword Art Online. All because of Bandai USA's infinite stupidity and Bandai Japan not paying attention to their American subsidiary, which is always a great thing because Americans are known to make fantastic marketing choices here because that's just what we do.